We're doing a website audit today, the 20-point winning website formula audit with Nick Sambrick from Revelation Plumbing. Check them out at revelation-plumbing.com. And Nick, where is this website coming from? The one that we're about to roast/enhance. Where did it come from? Is this you making it? And if so, I'm sorry for what I'm about to do.
Yeah, it's basically me, a little bit of my wife, but it's Wix platform, so you can really edit it.
Don't show this video to your wife if she worked hard on this. The truth is a lot of people start off this way, and you almost have to. You have to be scrappy at the beginning of your business, but as time goes on, there's a point where, like, obviously the money spent on a new website might end up worth it, because especially as you start to get more people coming to it, it's like, how many people that go away without feeling like it was trustworthy does it take to pay for the new website? That's kind of the question we're asking here.
Yeah, I'd love for you to just tear apart my website and just tell me what's wrong with it.
Let's get into this audit.
Let's go. Let's do it. I'm ready.
I love a good website audit here. I'm going to bring up my normal website audit checklist as well.
Great.
So I kind of go by the biggest things first. You might have a lot of them. So I'm just going to be honest. If you get a great grade, you get a great grade. I'm not going to do it unnecessarily. All right. So I'm going to share my screen. So I'm going to do an initial reaction that's not really a grade. It's just like a thought. Clog meets its maker. This is a very big header. That's my first thought. I didn't know this was clickable because I thought it was like a designed element for a second. And once I hovered, it's good that it has a color there. Let's see. Just a little wordy. I'm feeling like a little bit of like a wall of text here. A lot of text, right? And then stock photos, which I think just feels a little more like basic versus higher end.
No, definitely. We've been updating, and you're right, on those stock photos. I think that's really important to get some more personal photos on there of the team. And
I kind of respect this in a way, but I feel like it's it's a lot, right? I know it's like kind of for SEO, but then you're only linking off to these. I feel like trimming this down or something like that, maybe to the tightest 20 areas you're pushing in, might be smart. We'll talk about that in a second, but all right. So yeah, just a lot of text. And I know what you're doing. It's SEO. And I see your SEO graph. I already looked at it before this. It's going up. So it's positive stuff. Is this accurate? If I go here, if I go to like Google Business Profile, is it 5.0?
Yeah.
Really? You're early. Give it a second.
Yeah, of course, we try
5.0.
our best. Wow. I mean, if there's an issue with the customer, we make it right.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to stand behind our work.
All right. So I just want to, I'm going to go through my checklist. I'm going to go quick because I don't want this to be boring to people, but I'm going to kind of explain what it is if I can. Big call to action right away. This is the big call to action. He's got it. I would almost expect it to be like under here or something like that. That would be prototypical. And I would expect it to be like on the header on a button. So this is like a little less, like I wouldn't necessarily as a homeowner expect it, but I like the phone number up top right away. I'm going to give you definitely a big call to action right away. That's what you want. Friendly customer focused headlines. Where your clog meets its maker is the best one. This is very us focused. This might be a little braggy vibe. This is something, I know it's the normal thing to do, but we kind of think of this as, I like this better. Like, let us come to the rescue for your plumbing issues, right? That's a good headline, right? It's more about them than it is about you. Okay, so we got this. I like this. We got this right away. But most of these are you focused. They're kind of like braggy. And I'm just saying that, I'm oversaying that. That's not really what they are. But you know what I'm saying? Like they're overstating, we're the best, we're the best, we're the best, right? Right. So I think you could do more you focus headlines. So I'm going to not do that one. Smiling customers.
Go over to the blog if you want real quick.
I'll tell you right now, homies aren't going to the blog. We'll go there, but I'm saying like most of these homeowners are not going to hit this blog.
Right.
I mean, for SEO, great, but as far as like persuasiveness for somebody that got like, they're doing some, what do I call it? I call it the digital double check because they got referred to you. And they're coming to this page. You know what I mean? Like The bigger you get, the more you got to focus on the digital double check. People that were referred, and we're just trying to make them I actually don't know how to get to the blog. I want to see more. So this is what I'm saying. I'm just giving you the live reaction. Some of it might be harsh. Some of it might be self-serving. I'm trying to be useful. I'm not trying to be self-serving.
No, you're the expert here on this.
Smiling customers. I want to see something like, you could even, this is great, but like I'd love to see like a smiling customer with their specific thing, getting one photo of a smiling customer on this front page. Like a lot of times I do something like this and I make it like a little bit bigger per, and then each one I make sure that there's like at least 5 of them and there's a smiling happy person right there. Sometimes it's not the like actual widget directly from Google, because sometimes you can't like affect that, right? We can't make that. But really we just need 5 good testimonials with the 5-star, and then also where it was left. So like the Google logo would be really good there. I call that a trustimonial. All right, so visual reviews and videos, you got that. No stretching or distorted images. Nope, we don't have any of that, which makes websites look really low end. I don't know. I can't quickly on mobile. I'm going to check it out.
I think it has a better mobile experience.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look at that right now. Yeah, because a lot of times for a plumbing company, it's going to be like 60-70% of your traffic is going to be coming from mobile if you look at Google Analytics. Yes, this menu is a lot better. I like the call now big button. This is definitely better. So this is where most people are going to be checking it out, and I do like a lot of things about this. So I'm going to give you that. Not getting distracted by. I'm going quick. Not getting distracted by too many offers.
This is awesome content, man.
We got call now. We got schedule service, but we don't have a bunch of extra buttons telling them to do 5 things, apply for financing, etc. So that's good. We're not getting distracted by there's not like 1,000 coupons.
Yeah.
It's like a coupon or 2. Sure. Don't do 1,000. Clarity on exactly what you offer right away. Absolutely. Plumbing. You could, emergency.
Yeah, these headings, I want to actually make some more where it's like water heaters. I think that needs to be a little more upfront. Maybe you could tell me.
I think what you could do, man, I would say services, it gets a lot of this stuff. And then maybe you have a red bar, like everything's kind of sticking out right now. So nothing's sticking out. I would maybe have like a red bar that says emergency services or like something up top. So like the menu, don't do this long thing. Cause cause I literally didn't know there was more stuff. I know that might sound basic, but I literally didn't know. I'm just giving you like a random user. I didn't know there's that arrow. I thought was like going to pull something else out. Why is this company different? Bullet points are featured differentiating features. This is trying to do this, but it's also too much, right? So come up with your best 3 to 5 kind of icons and then stick it. Probably more like 3, but at max 5. This is too many. I can't. This is just, it's kind of coming off the same way as this. You know what I mean? It's a wall of text. So I would trim this down to your best ones. Family owned and operated is great. If this is like A+ on BBB, I think you could put the BBB logo and then say A+ on BBB, right? That actually does mean something to homeowners, even though it might not always to contractors because we know they're like a shakedown service. But
exactly.
Ask us about our warranty, available for emergency help. I think financing available is a big one, man. I think I would say like no money down options or something like that. I don't think people really care about licensed and insured. I think that they assume you are. It might be a big deal, but they assume you are if they're on your website. I think a lot of times. I think this is probably the other one. So those are the ones I would do. 100% satisfaction guarantee. I think that's a good one. So trust factors feel cleaner branded. I'm going to give that to you because these are trust factors. Why is it company different? That's this. These are also trust factors. This is the 5-star thing is a trust factor. So we love trust factors. A lot of people don't have enough of this. You need to go harder than you think on like assume no one knows you when they hit your website. You have to get them to like trust your handshake. We can do a warm handshake and look them in the eyes in person. We can't do that on our website. So all of these badges and stuff like that are the thing.
No, which is even why we want to get more like video, like some YouTube content where they can meet the team and stuff like that in the future.
So let's see. We got interior pages have a clear call to action. End of the page. This is a really long page. Holy shit. This is very SEO'd. We got to clear that call to action, but I would say it's like kind of underwhelming. I think you could call this out. I would almost put like add a photo or so if this was me, add a different color background to this section. Even if it's white and then the text is black. So it's like all of a sudden you're black, 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 and then it's white. And then I would
Stands
also
out.
add an image to the left side of it. Or like even like imagine showing either the truck or somebody on the phone, like somebody from your actual staff on the phone, or like some other kind of like, this is who you're going to talk to. Or a happy customer. One of those two.
One of those
like real
two.
photos, though, not stock photos, ideally. To just kind of like call the section out and make it feel more like homey. And it's like, if this is the most important thing, we need to show that, right? Tier pages, call to action. I'm going to give that to you, but I'm just giving you some recommendations there. Socially connected and active on social platforms. Obviously, we call it the digital double check, where people are going to go to these and just say, is this a real company? Yes, it's a real company. That's basically it. You know what I mean? I'm not sitting on your social, but I am. Or is this like modern company? Because if you're not modern, you're not posting 15 hours ago. And I know that like some people think, oh, that might be, oh, no one's doing that. Yeah, they are. They're checking your social stuff. They're making sure that it's like fresh and it's not like a garbage company. Because it's like, if you aren't on there at all and you have no ratings and you don't have any of the content, you might not be active. Like that, people are just trying to figure out if you're active. And we're all doing math in our heads. Like you're saying, people won't answer the phone. People are like looking for other just evidence online of activity so that they know you're the type of modern contractor that answers the phone. 30 plus Google 5-star reviews. You have a lot. You have 302. Incredible. 5.0. Such a great sign if I'm a homeowner. You're posting on Google Business Profile. You're doing all the right things. Fully fleshed out Google Business Profile. I usually just give a few recommendations here, even if they're not, you didn't do anything wrong. But I usually just say, like, if you don't have any FAQs, for instance, you could ask from a different profile 5 questions that would help your sales process. You know what I mean? 5 questions that they have in the sales process. They ask you answer on this profile, right? Like, so you can ask questions normally. Where is this?
So from another Google account, they get how Google asks you questions, or you ask the questions.
And then you answer it comprehensively like you would in person to an actual prospect. So it just allows people to get a little further, and maybe you mix in a little SEO, but it's not just for that. It's for the like real human being that's like has those same questions. You can just use that. Exactly. And it also makes your Google Business Profile more fully fleshed out. But other than that, you did a really good job. Very, very good. Upward graph on traffic and keywords. I already know that that's the case because I was just looking at it a second ago, just seeing where you're at. You're cranking right now. You're on your way. I know that people have other priorities for a while. At the beginning of business, SEO is a long, slow one. And so you shouldn't just be like cranking a ton of resources all of a sudden into this. Revelation Plumbing, or maybe I was looking at a different one. Let's do the last like 3 months. Okay, so we got 24 organic traffic. It's nothing to write home about necessarily, but look at the keywords that are going up. So this is a really good sign. You're 8th for best plumber Pittsburgh, you're 500, position at 17. So there's a lot of opportunity there. You're on your way. This is way better than most people at 3 years. You're at 243 keywords. The graph that I focus on in this tool, and I think there's other tools like it that I would think about and look at, is keywords over a certain threshold. So I look at 1 to 20. So when this is the graph we want to see going up. We want to see the amount of keywords from 0 to 20 going up. Now I can't do it in this audit, but it's what we do as part of our service is we have like a local rank tracker that's around in like 5 key areas. And it's like actually taking the local rank tracking. That one's always going to be the most important. And sometimes this doesn't look as good, but that looks really good. And that's what I would be focused on if you were a client. And I think the one that we use, just in case you wanted to do that, is called White Spark Local Rank Tracker. It's really positive. White Spark, really good local rank tracker. The map tracking, like we do Google Business Profile ranking, and there's a bunch of different ones like Local Viking that do like the map, heat map. I don't know if you have a tool like that yet. 5 best links on Ahrefs. I hope this is still useful. If I'm boring you, let me know. I look at now we're getting really nerdy, but I look at best links. This is the way to just check what we have as far as links goes. We don't have a ton of links, like a super high-end links yet, but just noting that you can get scrappy with this. Like if you donate to a nonprofit, if you sponsor a local team, if you have a friend that runs a website that has a lot of traffic, you can find ways to write for them or, get them a blog article. You can see if you can get on the homepage is the absolute ideal place. But those are usually, and you got to look at do follow links, because essentially those are the ones that Google is looking at. And then anytime if you're ever on the news, ask for the link. If you're ever like in something, if you're on a podcast, ask for the link. Those types of things. Content going out on a regular basis. Yep, we saw that. Location landing pages for services. We saw that. So boom, boom, boom. Upward graph on traffic and keywords. Yeah, you've got a big upward graph going on the keywords right now. So we're going to give that one to you. 500 words for each of the key service pages. A lot of people have very light service pages. You have it developed. Obviously, a little bit of AI probably helped, but that's great. That's 100% good. Just making sure you're modifying things a little bit. You're not giving the exact just vanilla ChatGPT. Just kind of modify it a little bit. Make sure the headlines are good. Make sure there's a little bit of humanity in there. And then interlinking to those pages throughout the site, locations in the footer, you have those. So out of all those, I went really quick. I hope some of it was useful. We're missing 4 or 5. So out of 20, I'm giving it a 75%, which is really high. And I think very promising. From my point of view, you're pretty early and you're in the right position. And even the reason I do all the audits, and I also have like a course at hookagency.com/DIY on how to do all the SEO. Like I do all this and I share everything, is because I want people to make progress. So when they come to us, they're not starting from zero. You know what I mean? Like, because starting from zero is the worst part about SEO. So you're in the early part is the worst part. And once it starts to take off, you can dump more onto it. And I think you're already maybe doing some of that, but like just noting that it does take a second, and SEO is super long and hard.
Yeah.
But that
was very valuable, very helpful.
Well, thank you, bro. And thank you everyone for watching that. Nick, I'm sorry for what I did there. It's still really damn good. 75% homegrown is like actually elite. So good job, and good job to all of you out there who are working and being scrappy and doing marketing yourself. That's the right way to do it. First, we put in sweat, and then later on it becomes valuable or worth it enough to like hire other people. But you're doing the right things. You're investing the time, money, energy, and effort at the beginning. And then as time goes on, you'll amplify. Maybe you'd rather spend your time on other things. You'll delegate it to other people. But it's really good. 75% is very good for homegrown. And thank you for being on.
Appreciate it. Learned a lot. That was very valuable.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, Tim.
Bye.
They're so thorough with every detail of the website. Working with Hook, the design is probably 50x better than any other design I've ever had. Their team is super communicative. And I mean this genuinely. I'm happy to pay you guys to work with us. It's been a tremendous experience.